Madhava Kunja. See if we have connection coming up. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Pina Vanachari. Yamuna Pina Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Guru Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. So thank you very much, dear devotees, for giving your association. Thank you for joining. So we'll begin with Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanatamiraandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Tam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Pashyatya Deshitarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Thank you very much. So today we'll continue study of our Srimad Bhagavatam. So we are currently studying from chapter number 7, the son of Sri Dronacharya finished. So we have finished till sloka number 34. So we'll start from 35. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Hare Krishna. So thank you very much once again, dear devotees, for joining. So today we'll start with verse number 35. So last time we saw how Arjuna has captured Aswathama. He has already captured him, right? And then Arjuna was very angry. Krishna was equally angry. Then no, you must kill this because he did such a heinous job that is not suitable for a Brahman. That's why Krishna is telling in this specific word, he's saying Brahma Bandhu. Brahma Bandhu means the brother or friend of a Brahman. You know, that's what it is saying. So this is what it is. So let us read this word. So there are certain things that we can learn from these words. It's a very, very nice point which we can understand. So let's begin with this. Verse number 35. Mainam partharhasi tratum Brahma bandhum imam jahi Yosava anagas suktan avadhinnishi balakan. Yes, Sri Ram Lord,
Lord Sri Krishna said, O Arjuna, you should not show mercy by releasing this relative of a Brahmana, Brahma Bandhu, for he has killed innocent boys in their sleep.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So here, Prabhupada says in purport that this word Brahma Bandhu is significant. It's very important for us to understand. A person who happens to take birth in a family of Brahman but is not qualified to be called Brahman is addressed as a relative of a Brahman and not as a Brahman. Right? So he cannot be called like that. So Prabhupada gives a very wonderful example just for us to understand that the son of High Court judge is not virtually a High Court judge, but there is no harm in addressing a High Court judge's son as a relative of the Honorable Justice. He is the son of High Court judge, he is a friend of High Court judge. That we can say. We are not telling he is a judge. He is a friend of somebody. So that's how it is being addressed. Now, therefore, further Prabhupada explains. Therefore, as a birth only, one does not become High Court judge. So also one does not become a Brahman simply by birthright, but by acquiring the necessary qualification of a Brahman. So one by simply just, oh, I took birth in Vaishnava family and so I'm Brahman. No. We have to acquire those qualities of a Brahman. Then you will be called Brahman. You know, I have seen many of my friends who are, they're Brahmins and they are nice people, but you know, they eat all the stuff which they are not supposed to eat. But this I'm Brahman, he's wearing thread and all that. So how is that? So it's not actually the Brahman, right? Now after studying all this, we are understanding. Earlier it was thought process, you know, in our, when I live in Mumbai, we have one lady who is from very exalted Brahman family in South India. What is Iyengar is a Brahman? Yeah. She says, I am from Iyengar Brahman family. You know, what are you teaching me? My husband chants all Vishnu Sahasranam whole day, he's chanting. But she does all nonsense activities. I said, where is that quality coming from? You know, then that is not Brahman, right? Because Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explained what are the qualities of Brahman in 18th chapter. So unless we have that qualities, we are not qualified to be called as Brahman. We may have taken birth. That has an advantage. If you take a birth in a judge's family, then he looking at him, you can say, I want to become judge. Yes, you will have everything available at your fingertips. You could do it easily. For a person who is not born, he has to start from scratch completely. So that's difficult. So we have advantage, but if you don't use it, then we'll lose that opportunity. So that's what is happening here. The Shastra enjoins that even if good qualifications are seen in a person born in a family other than the Brahman, the qualified man has to be accepted as a Brahman. And similarly, if a person born in a family of a Brahman is void of Brahminical qualification, then he must be treated as a non-Brahman, or in better terms, a relative of a Brahman. So if you are not born, but we are qualified, we can still be accepted as a Brahman. Right? For example, many of devotees in ISKCON, they are not born in a Vaishnava family, but through practice, through all the austerities, following regulatory principles, they are doing deity worship, which only Brahman can do. So how is that possible? Because that doesn't matter where they are born, but they change their life. They course corrected their life, right? So this is what it is. So we can also change our life. So it doesn't matter what we have done 20 years ago, doesn't matter. Now at least we know we should not do. Then we should stop and then move on. We should not regret, oh, I did that. Yes, we should have that feeling that, oh, I should have done earlier. Therefore, we should become more steady now. We should become Dhrida Vrata. I will do it now. I will not break any principles. That's how, because I lost 20 years. That regret should be there. Right? Like, for example, this Kavish is 10 years, but like he's listening to all these things. I was not listening when I was at that age. So I had a disadvantage, but he has advantage. He's listening to Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. So means if he use this opportunity, he can go advance faster. But if I have to see, oh, he's listening in a class, sitting and reading Bhagavatam, then I should feel I should be more steady, because now I lost 30 years, isn't it? So that's how we should see. Lord Sri Krishna, the supreme authority of all religious principles, the Vedas, has personally pointed out these differences, and he is about to explain the reason for this in the following shloka. So Krishna is saying why he is calling Brahma Bandhu. When you say something to someone, then you have to justify why you are calling him that, isn't it? You say he's a rascal. Okay, why? Okay, he's did this. Then you can justify that. The same thing Krishna has told that is Brahma Bandhu. Now, what is next? So Krishna is telling why he is calling him. So let's see why is he calling him. In this word, he says he piloted code of religious war. So in earlier days, religious war were fought with certain rules and regulation. In today, what they say, everything is fair in love and war. Means you can do anything. That is not like that. This is modern world, concocted. It is now like nothing is fair. You have to go as per the scripture. That is fair. So nowadays nobody knows scripture, and even if they know, they don't follow. So they do whatever they think in their mind is right. That's how it is. So there's no religious war. Here today the war is fought because of my ego. Oh, he did this. Now I will show him how to do it. All this war which is happening, Middle East war, Vietnam war. All this is because of what? It is because one person's ego is hurt and he want to do it. So this is how it is. It is like that. People say, do everything, but don't hurt my ego. Then I will show you my true color. You do everything else, but don't hurt my ego. Then I will show you my true color. This is how it is. Because we used to live in Hirandani estate in Mumbai, which is like a very prime location. Okay, so one person has been living in Chawl. In Mumbai, those who know probably, it's like a row of houses in one floor, small houses and all that. So there people just do all stupid things. So he says, and he now, because he earned money, now he bought an apartment here. So he's done a very nice community. But he says, when we have some difference, he said, don't talk like that, or I'll show my true colors. I'm coming from Chawl. Then nothing has changed. He just external things have changed, that he has come in this place. But things are not changed. So same thing. People do war because of their own ego satisfaction. Nothing else. Nothing else. No war they say we want to have war for establishing peace. But have you seen peace? No peace has come. In fact, pieces have happened. The country gets into pieces, family gets divided. The soldiers who go and fight, their family become orphan, right? Wife loses husband, the children lose his parent. Where is it? So where is that bringing peace? It's not bringing peace. It's only satisfying somebody's ego. Then they write so many things to justify that war, but it's not. But here, Krishna is telling he's violated the rules of the religious law. So what are those? Let's see that. Very, very interesting. Krishna points out such an amazing thing. Mattam pramattam unmattam.
Mattam pramattam unmattam.
Suktam balam striyam jadam.
Suttam balam striyam jadam.
Prapannam viratham bhitam.
Prapannam viratham bhitam.
Naripum hanti dharmavid.
Naripum hanti dharmavid.
A person who knows the principles of religion doesn't feel an enemy who is careless, intoxicated, incensed, asleep, afraid, or devoid of a child. Nor does he kill a boy, a woman, a foolish creature, or a child soul.
Hare Krishna. So now we need to understand what are all these things, right? So let's see. So here Prabhupada says, Mattam. Mattam is who is careless. Careless is somebody who is not ready to fight. Right? He is looking somewhere and you go and kill him. Right? He's not ready. So he's careless. Pramattam, intoxicated, who is not in the true senses of fighting. Then you go and kill, and that is not allowed in the real war. Unmattam, who's insane, like who's gone a little crazy, mad, and he's not able to think clearly, then you want to kill that person. That is also insane. Any person. This is not about just a warrior, or but this is about any person. Suptam, not somebody who's sleeping. Balam, a boy, the child, right? Striyam, woman. Jadam means foolish person. These are forbidden from killing. Then further, Prapannam, surrender. Somebody you surrender, okay, I'm surrendering to you. No, then you cannot kill because he has surrendered. Right? Then Viratham, somebody who's not having a chariot. Because when you are in a religious war, like when you fight, earlier days they used to have a chariot. And then once he has lost a chariot, you cannot kill him. Okay, that's what it is. And Abhitam, somebody who is very fearful, some person, you cannot kill them. So these are the reasons we cannot kill them. But Ashwasthama did many of this. Like he killed the sleeping people, he killed the boy, right? Prabhupada has mentioned that, in this Mahatma Gandhi. I mean, he's good. Mahatma Gandhi, we respect him for what he did and all that. But when he says, Ahimsa, you come and kill me, you take my wife, I will still protest. Now that doesn't work. We have to fight. If somebody is abducting, somebody is kidnapping, then we have to fight with whatever might we have. We have to use that force to do that. That is not Ahimsa, because you are trying to save yourself, right? But Gandhi said, no, you come and do anything, I will just protest. I'll take my flag and sit in front of your home. And that is not the way, that is not Ahimsa. So if people think that all this, Britishers left because of the silent protest, it is not like that. Actually, the Subhash Chandra Bose actually, created an army of people and they started fighting. And then British said, now we cannot. And that's how they started winding up. But people think that because of him, but that is not the true reason. I mean, this never came out, but if you read the history, this is how it is. So now question may come that in Mahabharata or also somebody was Veeratan. He did not have Rath. Then why he was killed? Yes, Karna did not have Rath. So why he was killed?
Because it's not construction.
No. Krishna's instruction is there everywhere. But why he was killed? Correct. See, Karna was killed. Now, Karna says, I am without wrath. Right? Now you cannot kill. Now Krishna, now he is bringing the principal bridges war. Hey, you cannot kill me. I'm not on my chariot. You cannot do that. Arjun, you know the rules. Why are you doing it to me? But he forgot the rule of a Kshatriya. Karna is a Kshatriya, right? Now he is sitting in the Kuru Sabha and he provoked Duryodhana. Duryodhana did not do on him on his own. He said that you bring her. Oh, she is living with 5 husbands. What wrong if she lives 105 husbands? No problem. Bring her. And he provoked that let's disrobe her. This is what Karna did. So Krishna said he did this. This is wrong. He's supposed to protect the woman, but he did not do it. He in fact party to that. That's why Krishna says you have to kill him. And that's why he was killed. Because many times people glorify Karna. Oh, Karna was the great warrior. He did this, and Arjun did wrong. You will see this theory going on. There are books written on this also. But this is all not right because they don't understand the principles. Krishna will never take a wrong decision, first of all. Let's understand that. Krishna is a Satchidananda. He is a transcendental. So he will never take a wrong decision. He will make the decision right. He will do it right. So Krishna has told means he is done. And
whatever he does is right.
Whatever he does is right. Whatever he does is right. So this sometime may come that why Arjun killed, because in this context immediately that thought will come. And then we should clarify that point. No, it is for this reason. So he did not follow the rules, so then he can be punished. So he comes under what? Atatai. You heard about 6 Atatai? One who abducts somebody's wives and all that. Remember that? 6 Atatai, remember? Let's go to the Atatai that we talked about last time. I think it was.
Verse 6.
Yeah, there was there. Where did it go? I might change my slide. Maybe. Yeah, here. See, look at this. So here, one who kidnaps a wife means kidnapping, and then you are going to do something. He comes there, he take part in it. He was also part of the side of Duryodhana when they took somebody's wife. He was there all the time with Duryodhana. So that means he is part. See, when somebody is doing an activity, for example, somebody is robbing a bank. Let's take an example, okay? So police tries to catch them. Police comes, so they will catch everybody. The person who's robbing, person who's going to sit in the van and drive, somebody at the gate with a gun, and somebody who's mastermind also. Like somebody is not come there, he's there somewhere. So they'll torture them and find out who is that, bring it. And all of them will get punished, isn't it? Everybody, but they all are party to that crime. Same thing. Karna was party to all these things. He was sided with the adharma. Krishna sometimes even puts his devotees in that situation to teach us a lesson. Can we get example from Mahabharata on this? Krishna put his devotee in some situation and he was killed to teach us. Yes, Bhishma Pitama. He is Mahajan. He is a Mahajan on whose footstep we are supposed to walk. But imagine he is sided with Adharma. Krishna says, anybody, regardless of who matter you are, doesn't matter you are Mahajan. If you side with Adharma, you will get killed. This is a lesson we have to learn from Bhishma Dev. Not saying that, oh, he's a great person. Why he was called? He was grandfather. Why he was called? Killed. Not like that. Sometimes we get confused with this, but we have to understand this whole perspective. Then things become very clear. Okay. So this is how it is. Okay. So we're clear on this. Let's move to next verse. Verse number 37. 37 is Krishna says he's a wretched person. Wretched is somebody who's not great. So let us talk about this. 37. Let's make it to verse. Yeah. Swaprananaya. No, I think it's a different meter. Same meter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pranamya paraprane.
Swapranana paraprane.
Pranamya paraprane.
Prapushnata agarna khalaha tadvadastasya hi shreyo yaddoshadyati adhapuman. So, Vishal, Vikas, can you please read?
Translation: cruel and wretched person who maintains his existence at the cost of others' lives deserve to be killed for his own well-being. Otherwise, he will go down by his own action. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So here we need to understand this one important point is that Krishna is telling this, okay? Because this Krishna speaking. Let us read the last word, last line once again.
Otherwise, he will go down by his own action.
Correct. So what is happening? Somebody who's an adharma, he must be punished. If he is not, then what happens? He will further do more such things, and then he will be burning in hell for eternity. That's a problem. So Krishna said, at least our Kshatriya, as a Kshatriya, our duty is to stop him from at least falling down further. So it is for his good only, isn't it? Right now it might feel that, oh, he's being killed. But it is for his good because in future he will not suffer more. You see? So here Krishna is saying for his well-being. For example, in 2011-12, there was a person in Norway who killed about 77 people. Mass murder. Okay? And Norway is a country which does not give death penalty. It's a no death penalty. So he was not given death penalty. Now they have their own reasons, and that's fine. They can do it. We respect all that. But they say we don't give death penalty. Because he has killed, we killed, so what's the difference between him and us? I mean, that's what they think. They don't understand on the soul level. So they think about gross body level and they talk about it. But that is not right. Many times people are left on parole because it's good and all that, and suddenly comes out and does the same crime or even worse crime for what he was in the jail. So what's the point? So this discrimination which is happening, which is done, is not helping. So Kshatriyas are required to protect for protection in all the cases. In India also, let's talk about Kashmir. In Kashmir, we have all Pandits, Kashmir Pandits, right? What happened? Mughal came, invaded. No Kshatriya. So Pandit will not be able to fight. Brahmanas cannot fight. They are there. But we need everybody. We need Brahmana, we need Kshatriya. So Kshatriya can fight, protect Brahmana. Brahmana can give knowledge and wisdom to Kshatriya and others. Vaishya can do business, farming, all those things, and they can help. So all this Varnashram is required to maintain the harmony in the society. Any imbalance, it doesn't matter. It's a Hindu community, Muslim or Christian, it doesn't matter that. But everywhere this is required. We are not talking about this because we are not thinking I'm Hindu, I'm Muslim. We are thinking we are soul. We are above all this. We just got this body because of our past karma, and we are born in particular family, and that's what we are doing now. So that should be understood. So if he is not, then, for example, if India did not have army, now, probably the neighboring country would have invaded. They're already taking some lands and all that. Isn't it? They are taking lands and all that. But if because of our army, now that we have a strong leader, they are not able to come. Nobody is daring to look at India. So real Kshatriya is now leadership, in the leadership position. So we need the Kshatriya. We need all them. That's what Krishna is reminding of his duty of Kshatriya. That you are a Kshatriya, Arjun, you do your duty. You must do it. Otherwise, this person will suffer in hell. So please do it. So that's what it is. So it's a long part, but it talks about this. So we'll not go into that, but you all can read that. And other thing is that, see, in the last paragraph, which I want to just read very clearly, the material world is itself a place always full of anxieties, and by encouraging animal slaughter and whole atmosphere becomes polluted more and more by war, pestilence, famine, and many other unwanted calamities. So when, this was asked, one, our Guru Maharaj was asked that why there is no peace? When will this world will see peace? Maharaj said, till the time two activities are going on in the world, there cannot be peace. One is animal slaughter. If that is going on, there cannot be peace. Second, abortion. If this is going on, there cannot be peace in the world. That's why we see so many countries fighting with each other. People fighting with each other. No peace. This is our collective karma. When we see that some big terrorists are coming and bombing and all that, some countries and state or location, it is actually collective karma that we are allowing these people to be born. It is not like that, oh, why he has come? He has come to punish others on the collective karma. Some good people also get delivered out of that, but that's what happens. It is because of the collective karma, this, the calamity comes and so many people die simultaneously, because there is no other way to do that. Krishna has its own ways to get it done. We think, oh, we are in control. We are not at all in a control. Nothing is in our control. That day somebody was mentioning one producer or actor and director in India. He was playing Holi, and the next day he died. He was playing Holi, and next day he just left this world. What is in control? He was enjoying with his friends. So nothing is in our control. We think we are in control, but not. We have to remember all these things. Especially all this point which are mentioned here. See, when, for example, we have this body, right? Body is made of spiritual body, right? We have the soul, then we have subtle body, and then we have gross body. So this is a gross body. But even this gross body is subject to pain. If I hold something which is very hot, if this is hot, let's say example, then I'll immediately drop it. It's too hot. Will mind think that, oh, this is only 5% of my body. 95% body is fine. Why should I drop it? I'll hold it. No, it will immediately drop it, right? If we have pain, immediately we go to a doctor, too much pain. No, but everything is fine, na? Yeah. You have toothache? No. Your legs are fine, hands are fine. No, I have got pain in my abdomen, so please look into that. We go and get it checked. Why? Because you suffered. Now this is gross body in this world. When somebody commits crimes and goes to hell, in hell, we have the spiritual body stays, and on that we are given a gross body, which is not like a gross, but it is called a yatana sharir. It is called a yatana sharir. Now yatana sharir is, our body will die. For example, if we don't breathe for some time, we'll die. Right? If we get some disease, we'll die. If we drink something, some bacteria comes, infection, we'll die. But the yatna sharir does not die. It does not die. That's first. Second, yatna sharir is so much subject to painful, the 1,000 times more sensitive to pain than what we feel today. So if you think that, when you hold something hot and we immediately drop, imagine 1,000 times feeling, painful feeling. How will you feel? It's too much. So these bodies goes into hell and they suffer till the time they have finished their karma. So imagine if we do the sinful activities, how much suffering is there? All this animal slaughter and all this is not going to help. And everybody gets charged for that. It is from person who's transporting the cattle into the slaughterhouse, somebody is working in the slaughterhouse, somebody is cleaning, everybody is getting collective karma. So this is a problem with that. We don't know how the karma works, but it's a collective karma. So everybody has to suffer for that. So therefore, we should be strong faith in Krishna and keep doing bhajan very nicely. At least as we know, we should stop doing those activities, because in Bhagavatam, we have seen the description of the hell. It's unbelievable. And they have described only 26, 27 hells. There are many hells. The prominent were described there. And if we just read about them, every day we should read that. At least we'll stop doing some nonsense activities. Like chanting, we should, oh, this hell is doing this. It's like a menu card. Yeah, Yamraj ji has given a menu card. If you do this, you'll come and stay here. Like, when you go to TripAdvisor or something, you get, okay, how much money you have? 500 or you get this. You want to spend 5,000, oh, you get this one. Like that. So more crime, the more punishment. So we have to be careful like that. So this is how it is. So this is a wretched person. Then Krishna further reminds Arjun, oh, you promised. Anybody remember what was Arjun's promise to Draupadi? Arjun promised in the previous class we discussed. Arjun promised to Draupadi, I'll do this for you.
I will kill.
Then
bring his hand on his head.
correct. We all got it. Collectively we got it. Right. So this is what it is. Krishna says, Hariya, you promised. You are Kshatriya. You have to keep your promise. Pran jaye par vachan na jaye. When we keep a word, the word cannot go wrong. Well, I can give my life, but what I give word, I have to fulfill it. So he says, Hare, you promised Arjun, go and kill. Now, these very interesting verses which are there, then we have a quiz. So please keep listening. Okay, verse number 38. Pratishrutam cha bhavata
Pratishrutam cha bhavatam
panchalye shrunvato mama
panchalye shrunvato mama
aharishye sirastasya
aharishya tasya
yaste manini putraha.
yate mani putraha.
Kavish, can you read please? Hare Krishna. Thank you, Kavish. So here the word is used, Panchali. Panchalia means what? Draupadi. So Draupadi is king of Panchal. Therefore, he is called Panchali. Any other names whereby the daughter is known like that? Krishna is Draupadi, yes. What other names? Not Draupadi's name I'm talking about. I'm talking about any other, devotee in the Shastra where they are known by the place they belong to. No. Ramayana, you can go to Ramayana. Maithili or Mithileshwari. That is the name of Mother Sita. Then there is also another Krishna's wife's name. She is also known by something else. No? Rukmini. Rukmini is known as what? No, his father is that, but he is from Vidarbha, Vaidarbhi. He is known as Vaidarbhi because he is from Vidarbha area. So Rukmini was known with that Vaidarbhi. So they have got many names like that. Like that. So like that. So here they uses the word the Panchali. Panchali. So that's what it is. Now, in this verse, so many times this can be used as an identifier person with a different name, but that's what it means. So he's reminding him. Then further he says he is a murderer. He is a murderer. He killed. Because see, killing somebody is different. But killing somebody differently, which is against the rules of the religious war, that is a murder. Like police killing a criminal, it's not a murder. But a criminal has killed somebody. Like, he's a homicide happens so frequently in this region. Right? If you go to South America, here also so many homicide happens where some civilian killing other civilian, right? So that's a murder because that is not allowed by the rules. The police can get, because police has got authority, he's got power, and he can do it as by the rules. But he is a murderer. So Krishna is reminding. So let us see what Krishna is telling him. Tat asau vadyayam vadyatam papa atataya atma bandhuha vartuscha vipriyam vira krutvan kula pansanaha.
Master. He put the burnt remnants of his family. Kill him immediately.
Yeah. Krishna says, kill him right now. Don't even go back, take him back to that. You just kill him here itself. Krishna is provoking you so much. Just kill him right away. Because somebody's mind may change, right? If you don't give opportunity, do it. When you go and buy something, you won't get this price, you have to buy it now. Tomorrow price may go up, all these things. Salesperson do it all the time, isn't it? Sir, please buy it. So this is what Krishna is provoking. So let's see what Prabhupada says in the purport. The son of Dronacharya condemned here as a burnt remnant of his family. The good name of Dronacharya was very much respected. Dronacharya was a very respectable person, right? Although he joined the enemy camp, the Pandavas held him always in respect. And Arjun saluted him before beginning the fight. How did Arjun salute Dronacharya?
So that
Yeah, he shot the arrow which fell at the feet of Bhishmadev and Dronacharya, Kripacharya, all the same, he respected. So this is how we pay respect. So yes, very nice. Thank you. There was nothing wrong in that way, but the son of Dronacharya degraded himself by committing acts which are never done by the Dvijas or the twice-born higher caste, means Brahmanas. Ashwatthama, the son of Dronacharya, committed murder by killing the 5 sleeping sons of Draupadi, by which he dissatisfied his master Dronacharya. Obviously, his father won't be happy. Imagine Duryodhan was not convinced that, oh, this is wrong. How can you do this? Duryodhan, who was Atata himself, but still he rejected these type of killing. He said, this is not good. What you have done is wrong. So how can his father, who is a Brahman, would accept this? He will never accept such a heinous act. Who never approved of the heinous act of killing the 5 sleeping sons of the Pandavas. This means that Ashwatthama became an assaulter of Arjun's own family members, and thus he was liable to be punished by him. If our family is under attack, we have all right to protect. Right? We have all right to protect. Therefore, here in the US, the gun law is because of that only people are carrying gun, because if somebody attacks, you have right to defend and you can shoot.
Especially when somebody is in your property.
Yeah, even somebody's in your property, you could shoot. Something like that they have laws. I don't know what does that mean, but that's how it is. Some crazy laws. But yeah, it is like that. They may have reasons to do that, but I don't know. So he says he is an assaulter. In the Shastras, he who attacks without notice or kills from behind or set fire to another's house or kidnaps one's wife condemned to death. If somebody does anything of this, then he can be given death penalty, as per Shastra. Krishna reminded Arjuna of these facts so that he might take notice of them and do the needful. So Krishna is reminding, hey, you have to do this. Come on. So all these verses that we read, Krishna is provoking, right? So why he is doing that? Why Krishna is doing this to Arjuna? Arjuna, you have to kill him. You promise him. He's a murderer. He's Atatai. Come on. Do it. Why? Okay, Krishna wants to know whether he wants to do it or not. Okay.
But he himself gave a promise, right?
Who?
Arjuna.
Yeah, Arjun. So Krishna is just reminding, hey, you gave promise, so you do it. Right? Krishna is telling you give promise, come on, you have to fulfill your promise. You
I
are
think
Kshatriya.
he was in dilemma because of his guru's son.
Okay, so you want to clarify, no, you should do this.
No.
Arjun was in
Arjun
dilemma.
was in dilemma that
Yes.
his guru's son, therefore he was like little bit.
Should I kill or not kill? So he
Ah.
said, no, go ahead and kill him, is it?
And that's where Krishna is, I would not say motivating, but reminding him, saying that these many things are there which he has done incorrect.
But is Krishna really want to get the Aswatthama killed by Arjun? Krishna is telling all this, all these 5 words he is speaking, he is telling, go and murder, come on, kill. What is it? Shoot him. Like he told Karna also, shoot him, and Arjun killed him. But here, is he?
And basically testing Arjuna.
Yeah. Actually, Krishna is testing Arjun. So Krishna will test devotees. All the devotee will undergo tremendous amount of tests. We'll talk about that in a moment. All the devotees will go under tremendous amount of test. So if you are tested, we should feel blessed. If you are going through difficulties, Krishna is testing us. And we should feel that Krishna is loving us. Because we test whom we love. If you don't know anybody, will we test them? Of course not. There is nothing to do with them. Right? So this is what it is. Yes, that's right. So thank you, Sri Ram Krishna Prabhu. So Arjun passed the test in this verse. And this is a very brilliant purport that we'll read. It's amazing purport. It's a little long, but not long, but it is important. 2 paragraphs, but it's very important for us to read that. So Arjun passed the test. What was the test? Whether to kill or not to kill. So did Arjun kill? No, we'll see. So let's see. Now Suta Goswami is revealing this. Arjun, Suta Goswami is telling. See, when there is nobody speaking, then Suta Goswami is telling, this is what they are saying. Suta Goswami is very smart, he brings in certain point where nobody is speaking, and he'll say this is what it is. In a Venu Gita also, Krishna, gopis are not singing, but Suta Goswami says, actually they are saying like this, Barha, Pidam, Natavara, Vapuhu, all this, that particular shlok. This shlok is not sung by gopis. Suta Goswami is expressing their feeling that gopis are saying like this. Just imagine. This is how Suta Goswami. This is a brilliant narrator. So let us read verse number 40. This is a very brilliant purport also. We'll read all the entire purport. Suta uvacha evam parikshata dharmam partah krishnena choditah naichadhantum guru sutam yadyapi atma hanam mahan. Avnish, can you please read?
Translation. Suta Goswami said, although Krishna, who was examining Arjuna in religion, encouraged Arjuna to kill the son of Dronacharya, Arjuna, a great soul, did not like the idea of killing him. Although Ashwatthama was a heinous murderer of.
Yes. So Arjuna did not like. So Arjuna is a warrior, devotee, all the things. So Krishna was testing him. Krishna was absolutely testing him. So Krishna, yes. Sometimes you can break promise for higher principles. So there are 2 ways to look at it. You say, I promise, I'll do this, right? For example, you want to eat something. Your mom says, I'll make you this tomorrow. And then morning you have a fever. And you cannot eat that. Well, mom said, no, but I made promise, so I'll make it and give it to you. Is it good or wrong? Is it right? Should she do it? Yeah, so she had broke her promise, right? But for what? To protect you. So that's fine. So always look at when you want to do it, lean on the higher side, the better side of it. Sometimes we will come under this situation. Always there are in life there are always options. We have to choose the one which is a right and a better option. You might have two right choices also, but which is better option? They choose that. Okay, good. You're listening. I'm happy. You're listening and asking questions. That's good. He broke his promise. Very nice. Okay, so let's read this book purport. So here, Krishna is considered to be a transcendental cheater. He cheats from that. He creates situation to test his devotees. So many devotees have been tested.
That's why Duryodhana always says, Bahiru.
Yeah, because that's why if you see this Kabir said, Guru Govinda do khade kaake lagu paye balihari Guru aapki Govinda diyo bataye. Means without Guru we cannot see Govind. We will not be able to understand Govind. We can see, but we cannot understand. Only Guru can tell us. So therefore, we should always first bow down to Guru. Like in temple, we go first. We bow down to whom? Srila Prabhupada, and then we go to the Radha Madan Mohan. Right? Why? Because of this reason. First, we should take shelter of the Guru. Similarly, when you are offering bhoga, first we offer it through Guru. We offer. We don't directly offer to Krishna. Through Guru, saying that please, Guruji, please take this. Srila Prabhupada, please, I made this. You please take it and offer it. So we go through them always. This is the channel. If you go and directly approach Krishna, then it might be difficult. Nobody has been successful so far. So we don't have to try. I'll try. No, not like that. Okay. So this is what it is. Let's read the purport. Arjun was a great soul undoubtedly, which is proved here also. Right? Which is proved here. How is proved? That whether he will kill or not. So Krishna tested him. He is encouraged herein personally by the Lord to kill the son of Drona. But Arjun considered that the son of his great teacher should be spared, for he happens to be the son of Dronacharya, even though he is an unworthy son, having done all sorts of heinous acts whimsically for no one's benefit. There's nobody is getting benefit from that. Arjun, Duryodhana has already lost war. What is he going to do? By killing these people, anything going to change? Nothing is changing. Except the lives of the Pandavas, where it's getting impacted. Right? Because all the sons are lost. So only that life is getting impacted. Nothing else is changing. Lord Sri Krishna encouraged Arjun outwardly. See, this is what Prabhupada said. See, Prabhupada had not written this, we will not understand. Outwardly. Actually, sometimes we say, test. Come on, I'll test you. That's what is happening. To test Arjun's sense of duty. See? This is what it is, sense of duty. See, many times, when my mother used to tell, because my father used to meet some very rich people and all that. So when you go to their homes, so my mother will tell, see, when you go to rich people's home, sometimes they test. How? They'll keep certain expensive things here, there, which is visible very easily. So my mother says, never touch anything when you go to somebody's home like that, which does not belong to you. Sometimes we make it attracted. As a child, we might get, attracted. She said, never touch anything. We go to their home, we have some dinner and all that, and come back, meet and all those stuff, but nothing doing beyond that. This is a warning given to all of us. And we used to follow that. Because they'll keep things just to see whether the children are honest, the family is honest, all these things. It's like a test. Many people do it. We will not know. So we tell our children that when you go to him, just be with us, don't go out of sight, and don't touch anything. So that way, we protect all of them. This is how we can understand. So Krishna is testing. It is not that Arjun was incomplete in the sense of his duty, nor was Lord Krishna unaware of Arjun's sense of duty. Krishna was aware. Krishna is aware that he is pure, he is surrendered, so there's nothing wrong, but he still tests. But Lord Sri Krishna put to test many of his pure devotees just to magnify the sense of duty. Very cool. Many of his So let us talk about those things. This is important because we need to understand many of his devotees. Let's talk about this. Devotees undergoes test. Let's talk about first Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada has gone with test.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's share. What are the examples?
Heart attacks were coming to in the
Heart attack, okay. Yes, that's healthy. What are the? Come on, let's try. We everybody can give one. There are so many reasons. Prabhupada says it.
didn't have money when he was here.
Yeah, he didn't have money. Yes, Akshat. Yes, he was traveling for 30 days in a cargo ship with no proper food, no proper stay. He was having motion sickness. Yes. He was the only devotee. There's nobody, only Vaishnava in the North America, whole of North America. He's the only one. Yeah, he was tested. Then you go to a place and say, oh, nobody is there. And you do, now you do it.
He was more than 70 at that age.
He was more than 70 years. That's how he came here.
For Krishna conscious, definitely Srila Prabhupada came first. But before that, from that all religious parisar, Swami Vivekananda also came, right?
Yeah.
So he also gave a very good aura of our Sanatana
We
Dharma
talked about that. Yeah.
here.
Yes, he did that, but he did not create any followers and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, he was in a Vedanta philosophy, okay, which is different.
Hmm.
So we are talking about. So yeah, that is also there. But here, Srila Prabhupada came. So any other examples in India? He
didn't have money to publish.
he didn't have money to publish. Yes, accommodation was a problem. Then what about his business?
Which
He was running pharmacy business. He had a big business. He was cheated. All the money were taken. His pharmacy business was gone.
His family,
Yes. How he did not support Mataji?
they're not Krishna consciousness.
No, they were doing little bit, but not like exactly like him. But there is one example. You said family, but yes, there is one example. Can you tell me what is it?
Me and he.
Me or tea. Correct. Prabhupada translated Bhagavad Gita and he wrote everything. Obviously, at that time there is no computers, so he wrote everything, put it one place. He went out to get some money so somebody can print it. And he came and says he found somebody who can sponsor the printing. And he said, "Hey, where is the manuscript? I wrote it." They said, "Nothing." And he says, "What is this?" The wife says, "I sold it for buying tea." So Prabhupada got really angry at the time. He says, what is this? You want me or tea?" And she said tea, and that's it. Her name was Radharani Devi. That was Prabhupada's wife's name. So this is, Prabhupada was stated so much. This particular thing that you see a picture is a league of devotee. Prabhupada established this in Jhansi. First, he started mission in Jhansi before establishing ISKCON. And at that time, he had some place for himself, okay, where he was trying to develop this community. And one governor's wife, he said, "I need this place to host a kitty party." When we read Lilamrita, it will come in that. I want to host kitty party, and Prabhupada was thrown out of that place. Somebody wanted to host a kitty party. A few ladies want to come and enjoy. And that's it. And Prabhupada was on the street. How much struggle he has gone through. So when all the money was taken away, Prabhupada used this verse. He says, "Yasyaham anugrahanami harishe tad dhanam sane tato dhanam tyajante asya swajana dukkha dukkhitam." Krishna says, "I put my devotee through miseries. I take away their wealth. I make them poor. I take them away from the family members. I make them suffer." So because of that, what happens? They come closer to me. Krishna says. So if some dukh comes in our life, we should think this is a blessing, that Krishna is calling close to him. We are fortunate soul. If a dukh is coming and because of that our sadhana is becoming strong, that's good. That's good. Because if you have all the opulences, but your sadhana is weak, not going well, then what's the profit? It's actually loss, huge loss, because we are losing an opportunity to do nice bhajan, nice bhakti. So Prabhupada said this, that's fine. He was not fearful. He did not say, oh, why bad thing happens to good people. He was not saying like that. Because there are lectures available. You can listen to lecture on YouTube. You'll say why bad thing happens to good people. Hundreds of lectures you'll find. So many people giving like, because everybody has this confusion that I'm doing so much, I'm doing charity. Then why this to me? When good thing happens, do we say, why me, Krishna? Give it to my neighbor, give it to my friend. Why me? Promotion, give, or I don't, you have to give it to my colleague, my friend, he is there. You could have given. No, we accept it. And we don't get it. Why not me? Isn't it? This is how it is. So Prabhupada said, okay, another testing. Let's talk about it. From Ramayana, who was tested?
Ram.
No, Lord Ram. Lord Ram was there, but who was tested? Other devotee. Hanumanji was tested. Where? Yes, Sursa. Yes, he was flying. Sursa came, Mainak Parvat came, Simhika came, all this they're testing. Hey, please take some rest. No, I am on the mission of Lord Rama. I'm not going, I'm going straight to Lanka. He was tested. These are all tests, dear devotee. Everybody has gone through tests. So if we are going through a little bit of test, we should not worry. These great devotees are tested. Okay. Next, Prabhupada mentions gopis were put to test. Gopi, first example. How did gopis put to test? Yes, Rishikesh Prabhu.
Krishna had a prepared to from the dust of their feet if they can do it to him. That was the test.
Yeah,
Sacrifice, like, okay, we go to hell, but it's fine. Or we don't go to
yeah,
hell, but it's fine.
correct. As soon as Narad Muni came and said, I need a dust of your lotus feet. Oh, please take it. No, but Krishna, because of this, even the queens of Dwarka refused. So you please give. He said, you discuss this later. You first take this. First relieve him from the headache and then we'll discuss further. That is the power of the gopi. You take it, forget, don't worry about what a consequence. That you tell me later. You first take it, relieve his headache. And they say that even if these dust can relieve a headache, even for one moment, not for whole day and all, one moment, we are ready to go in hell for eternity. That is their vow. So they were tested. Krishna told Narad, go and bring this dust. And then Narad Muni went everywhere, except Gopi, nobody gave. So that's what he tested. Okay, other example. Prahlad Maharaj, was he tested?
Yes.
What kind of test he went through? Everything? No, that is not answer.
He has been thrown into well of snakes.
Yes, he was thrown into well of snake.
Under the
He was put in the fire. These are all very well-known things.
top of the mountain hill.
These are all easy to answer. Now there is another one where how the Prahlad Maharaj was tested by the Lord himself. How he was tested. Like Prahlad Maharaj is tested by the Lord himself.
When all the benedictions.
Yes.
To see it, he still remembers.
He says, I'll give you whatever you want. I'll give you everything you need. Prahlad Maharaj says, I don't need anything. I don't want. I'm not a fool. This was a real test. Because everything is done. Now you can take whatever you want. I'll give you everything. But he says, no, I don't want it. This is, look at dear devotees, exalted devotees, all the Mahajans, Hanumanji, gopis, the topmost devotees, the pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada, everybody have gone through test. So Krishna mentions here, Prabhupada mentions that why do it? Lord Krishna put to test many of his pure devotees just to magnify their glory, just to magnify. If he says something happened and we don't know, then how we'll understand they are exalted devotees? Just to understand this point, Krishna put everybody through test. So all pure devotees come out successful in the respective test by the Lord. So all the devotees came out like that. So this is such an important thing. that we can understand. So therefore, any test happens for us, we should feel blissful and we should follow the guidance of Mahajana, follow the sadhu, shastra, guru, and then we'll be successful. Our test will come in terms of temptations, right? Oh, there's a nice food. Once in a while is okay. Oh, once in a while, this is fine. Okay, that's okay. Today, yeah, I will do it probably tomorrow. Today, I'm in a party. This is what happens. Temptation is like, going to a feast on a fasting day. It's like a temptation. You should never go on a feast when you're fasting. Today, Ekadashi. No, we should not go on a party, and then there's enjoyment, so many things happening. There's a possibility. We'll sleep down that possibility. Okay. Okay, next verse. Let's see. So now Arjuna is reaching the military camp. Arjuna has reached military camp and he is giving Aswasthama to Draupadi, saying, okay, he has come. He's bound like an animal, you can see here. Okay. Let us read the verse. Oh, here, yeah. Athopetya swashibiram Govinda Priyasarathi Nyavedyatam Priyayai Sochantya Atmajan Hatam. Yes, Akshat, can you read here? For her sons. So now there's one important point which is mentioned here. Now he went, Draupadi is a pure devotee. Everybody agrees, right? She is a pure devotee, but she's lamenting. Right? So we'll do some discussion here. Okay. So let's see some verses from Bhagavad Gita. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Na Sochati Na Kankshati Samaha Sarveshu Bhuteshu Madbhaktim Labhate Param. Yes, can you please read translation?
One who is thus transcendently situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful. He never laments or desires to have anything. He is equally disposed towards every living entity. In that state, he attains pure devotional services unto me.
So here it is mentioned, he never laments or desire to have anything. So Draupadi is said to be lamenting, right? And she is also already transcendentally. She is a pure devotee. So she should not lament, isn't it? That as per this verse, is it what it is? Okay, let's go to the next verse. Here. Matra sparshaastu konteya Sitoshna sukha dukkhada Agamapaino nityas Tam stitiksha svabharata. Rishikesh Prabhu, can you please read?
Yeah. Son of Puti.
Yeah.
The non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress, and the disappearance in due course, or like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons, they arise from sense perception, ocean of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed.
Hare Krishna. So here also he is saying we should tolerate, we should not get disturbed. So let us talk about it. Why this lamenting of Draupadi is okay or not okay, first of all? Not okay? No, I'm asking questions. This is a discussion. Okay, there is no right or wrong answer. We are discussing. Okay, so everybody can participate. we will see what Shastra says. We'll study from the Shastra, but not my view, from the Shastra. So, is Draupadi lamenting? Is right or wrong?
As a mother, it is right.
As a mother, it is right. Okay.
Not like if they were killed in war, trying to protect the dharma, that would have been okay, but it was done in a very wrong way.
Yeah. Still, you lament. When Abhimanyu was killed, who all cried? Arjun cried. Krishna cried. Krishna cried. Krishna cried. Because he was a boy. He was a 16-year boy. And he was murdered, actually. He was not like
One-to-one.
one-to-one. He was like murdered so many people that through cheating. So he cried. Right? Krishna cried in Dwarka in separation from Gopi. He used to cry. I remember them and cry in Dwarka. So Lord Ram, when Dasharatha Maharaj, he cried so much when he got the news of that Dasharatha Maharaj departed from this world. Lord Ram cried profusely. If you read Ramayana, you will see the expression of Lord Ram. He was like unbelievable. He has so much love. So crying is natural. So this kind of crying is good. We must have this kind. There was one. This is what I heard from Adi Rai. He was mentioning that in Maharashtra, there was one saint, this hundreds of years ago, not immediately. So he was from Mayavad. So in Mayavad, they say everything is mithya, right? They don't believe in all this. They say all this mithya, they talk like that. So he said that when he was giving katha, he had a son. Okay. And son was beaten by a rabid dog. So at that time, there was no vaccine and all the stuff. So either they try some jari booty and then it doesn't work, then somebody dies. So his son was sick. And then when he was giving katha at one place, somebody came and gave news that he died. His son died. So this is amazing how he says this. He says, Ram gele, Krishna gele. He says Ram. I will translate that, but I think Mata and Prabhuji will understand this. They are from Maharashtra, so I will translate this, okay? Because you understand in this, local language easily. It's easier to say like that. So he says, Ram gele, Krishna gele, Pandavhi tyach vati na gele. So he says Ram gele means Ram died, Krishna died, Pandav also died the same way. He said Ram gele, Krishna gele, Pandavhi tyaj vati na gele. Okay? He's telling like that. He says further, Asine gele, kotyani koti, kay radun ekasati. He says, aise millions and millions of people have died. What do I do? Cry for this one person. Why should I cry for this one? This is Mayavad. This is Mayavad. So he is not understanding. And they say, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Whole world is my family. Why should I worry about this person? That is not right. When we lose a dear ones, they will be crying. All our acharya, they cry. In the bhajan, when you hear bhajan, they are crying actually. They are crying so much. Kandiya, Kandiya. They say Kandiya. I think I have bhajan. Yes, I have this. See here. Jayanilo prema dhana karuna prachur heno prabhu kothe gela acharya Thakur. Narottam Das Thakur is crying. When devotee departs, we feel separation. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Kandiya Kandiya bole amito adam, sikhaya sharanagati, koro he utam. So why these acharyas are crying? Because they are separation from Krishna, they are in separation from devotees. That's why they are crying. So crying is natural. We all have to cry when our loved ones depart. When a devotee departs from our congregation, we have to cry. It is natural. It must be done. It shows love towards that. And we are supposed to cry. Devotees cry. So here, In Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is a Rai Ramanand Samvad with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They're discussing. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked one question, very important question he asked. He says, what is the greatest pain in this world? What is the greatest pain in this world? So anybody would like to try? What would have been the answer from Ramanand Rai? Separation, yeah. Separation from whom? Separation is right. From whom?
From loving.
Devotee, yes. Separation from devotee. He says separation from devotee is the highest pain. Why? Why it is highest pain? Separation from devotee is the highest pain. Why? What do devotee remind us of? Krishna. Only Nasuyam devotee we remind, right? That's what it is. So why? Devotee remind us of Krishna. I'm sitting like this, but I see that, Rishikesh Prabhu, Bilasur, they are having feedback, they're chanting. Mata is chanting. So I will really think, every chant, let me also chant one round. Isn't it this reminder? If I'm sitting with the non-devotee, they are doing something, I will also, subah mala ho gaya. Morning I did my mala, today is fine. We'll think like that. But among devotees, we'll be immediately reminded of Krishna. Therefore, separation from devotee is highest pain. So much pain we'll get. So, here, because Bhaktivinoda Thakur says in one of the bhajan, Ekaki amar nahi paya bal, Hari Nama Sankirtan. Alone one cannot do bhajan. Alone, Prabhupada can only came because he was a pure devotee, so he can come and do it. But we have no power to do it. Devotees have left the place because they are alone, they cannot do bhajan on their own. We need association of devotees like this. It doesn't matter, it is one person, or at least we need 1 + 1. Today only, even before we came, we were just discussing with Sri Ram Krishna Prabhu. He said the advantage of Grahastha Dharma is what? At least you have 2 people. So we can do bhajan together. It is you, because alone it is difficult. If I have to just chant alone and do something, everything on my own, it's difficult. But if I have Mataji with me and then I'm doing, and then we are all helping each other as readings, reminding each other, hey, did you read this today? I get reminded so many often, you're working. It's time to read this. We have to read our Chaitanya Charitamrita. Have you read it before the devotee comes? That's a reminder. So we have to read it. So this is why we need association. It is so precious. It is so precious. If we have to ask Krishna anything, then we have to ask this, that please give me association of the pure devotees. This is the one thing, because through them, we will do nice bhajan and we can go back to God. We should ask for anything. No dhanam, no janam, no sundarim, nothing. These are all useless things. This is not going to help. So now going back to the verse, we have to reconcile also. No? We have to reconcile everything. So when he says tam titikshvasa bharata, what is that? Tam titikshvasa means tolerate, whatever it is. So what is that means? Tolerate without being disturbed. What is this tolerance? Other tolerance we talk that no, that we should get disturbed and all that's fine. But this is which tolerance is talking about? Material, yes. Material thing losses, we should not lament. All these verses which are there, even previous verse that we read, it is for that only. No lamentation and desire for anything. Just work. Just do. This is what it is. So this is how we can understand. Just trying to reconcile this so we understand this very clearly. Okay. So this is how one can do it. So devotees will remind us this. Look at this word. This is also the same thing. Mat chitta madagata prana bodayanta parasparam katayansya mam nityam dushyanti cha ramanti cha. Can I please?
thoughts of my pure devotee dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another. Conversing about it.
It's very bold. This is what devotees do. Devotee always talk about Krishna Katha. They always talk about devotees. Oh, I heard this, I read this. Have you heard this lecture? Oh, I read this sloka. Talk about this. I chanted today is Ekadashi. You know, all those things we do. This is what will remind us. Nothing else. Today I was listening to, Kanan Maharaj's one servant who was with him till his last day. He was staying in his room, helping him, all those things. And he was telling Maharaj consciousness was so clear. We should all listen to this last, days how Kadam Kanan Maharaj left this world. It's so amazing. He was very clear that from the day he was diagnosed and all that, and he said, now he doesn't have more time. He said, I'll go to Vrindavan, stay there. He just came down. No medicine, no surgery, nothing. Because that's all waste. Eventually, you will extend your life for another 6 months. But what is that like? That's not good use. Better to be conscious and live like Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj at least got 7 days. Kadam Kanan Maharaj also got notice saying, now you are going to die in some times. He const 100% focused on Krishna and surrounding with devotees. 24/7. It's so amazing. He was telling me, in the class, he was mentioning about this talk. He said he was giving bath to Maharaj, and as soon as he was giving bath, Maharaj started Brahma Samhita. Because normally when you have the Abhishek, the Brahma Samhita is being recited. Somebody reciting actually Brahma Samhita and the Abhishek happens. So it's like, how is your consciousness at the time? He's thinking about all the things. So there are so many videos of, Kadam Kanan Maharaj and all that, just small videos. You can listen. You get a lot of inspiration. Because when we hear about the glories of these devotees, we get a lot of inspiration. The faith will increase, our steadiness will increase, our propensity to enjoy will come down, our propensity to, hanker for material thing will come down, because these things are required. These things are required. When I listen to some class for a few hours that remain, then after that we start going, then we have to read something. We have to come back to that, We always have to course correct. Like we are driving, you always have to adjust speed, the navigate, change lanes, all these things are required to maintain, to reach the destination safely. Same thing in Krishna consciousness. We have to navigate, read this, listen to that, slow down. All these things are required. It's very important that we do it. So on the crying that we just heard, there is something called Rudali. Has anybody heard of Rudali? This word Rudali. Already. You heard it. So what is that? I'll tell you. These are called professional, modern than weavers. This is in Rajasthan. They artificially cry. Some big person has died, so he will call all these people. They'll pay them, they'll come and cry. So basically you feel that, oh, so many people came, they're crying because he was a great person. Nothing of that stuff. This is artificial. This is artificial. These things are not required. But this is what is happening. This is Kali. All these things are happening. No natural. Nobody wants. Oh, he's tired. He's now good. They are fighting for who gets what, who gets the home, who gets the money, who gets the car. That's what is discussion is happening in the back of the home. When a person who is very rich has left his body, this is what is happening. Nobody is crying. People are thinking, how do I get this? I want that. I want this. This is what is happening. This is material world devotees. So it's not in our frame. Okay, we'll read one last verse. So now here we'll end with some good thing, right? We need to read about nature of Draupadi. It's a very nice nature. So Draupadi's nature, see what she is doing. We can see from this picture. She is stopping. No, hold on. You can't do this, right? That's what she is doing. Yeah, so that shows the nature of the Draupadi. So let us read this last verse for today. Tata hatam pashuvat. No, I think it's different. Tata hatam pashuvat pashabhatta. Mava mukham karma jugupsine jugupsitena. Nirikshya Krishna prakrutam guru sutta vama svabhava krupaya nanamacha.
Swami said, Prakriti then saw Ashwatthama, who was bound with ropes like an animal and silent for having enacted the most inglorious murder. Due to her female nature and due to her being naturally good and well behaved, she showed him due respect as a Brahman. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. See, look at this. Just try to understand this picture. Just visualize this picture. Her 5 sons are murdered. They have not been cremated yet. Yeah, they have not been cremated yet. Because Arjun said, I will bring his head and then he will cremate and then we'll do it. That's what he said. So they're not cremated. Means their bodies are still there. The murder is in front of Draupadi. And now Draupadi is saying, paying respect to that person. Can we, imagine, we cannot even imagine this scene. That how a mother is able to pay respect and talk like this. This is what he's saying. So therefore, there's one specific word, Vama Swabhava. Word is used, Vama Swabhava.
Female nature.
Vama Swabhava is a very
Naturally
beautiful,
good.
no, it's a very beautiful nature. We say, oh, his person is very beautiful. When we talk about somebody who's beautiful, that means not just external beauty. It means his
Everything.
character, his nature, all this thing, right? This devotee is very beautiful. Means what? Oh, he's looking handsome or beautiful? No. His nature is good. Right? So here being talked about Draupadi's nature. Very important. So basically it talks about the nature of a woman. Okay. So woman. Let's read this further. It's very important to understand some of this. Because sometimes people think women are equal to man and all these things happen, right? Many times this feminist comes and talk like that. Purport. Ashwatthama was condemned by the Lord himself and he was treated by Arjun just like a culprit, not like the son of Brahman or teacher. But when he was brought before Srimati Draupadi, although be grieved for the murder of her sons, and although the murderer was present before her, could not withdraw the due respect generally offered to a Brahman or to the son of Brahman. See, this is a quality of a devotee. Though she is, he sees there's a criminal in front of her, you are still doing the respect because as a devotee, what is your role? What you should be doing? This is what she is doing. This is due to her mild nature as a woman. So this is her mild nature as a woman. Woman as a class has no better than boys, and therefore they have no discriminatory power like that of a man. Now sometimes you will feel, alright, how's being said like that? They don't have a discriminatory power. So women have a particular type of nature where they don't apply logic, right? It doesn't mean they are less intelligent. It's not like that. But they don't apply logic. Like, the children has to be done with some treatment. The father will do it. Mother will be a little mild on the children, right? Compassion. They'll be fine next few days. Don't worry. And when something happens, the child always goes hide behind the mother. Right? Because of the nature of the mother. Both are required. You need both. You need mild nature and the logic and all those things. Both are required, right? And therefore, they have no discriminative power like that of a man. Ashwatthama proved himself to be an unworthy son of Dronacharya or of a Brahman. And for this reason, he was condemned by the greatest authority, Lord Sri Krishna. And yet, a mild woman could not withdraw her nature courtesy for a Brahman. So she could not do it because of her nature. Even to that, in a Hindu family, a woman shows proper respect to the Brahman caste. However fallen and heinous a Brahman's bandhu may be, but the man have begun to protest against Brahma bandhus who are born in families of good Brahmanas, but by action are less than sadhus.
Sudra.
Oh, sorry, Shudras. Thank you. The specific word used in the shloka are Vama Swabhava, mild and gentle by nature. A good man or woman accepts anything very easily, but man of average intelligence does not do so. But anyway, we should not give up our reason and discriminatory power just to be gentle. One must have good discriminatory power to judge a thing on its merit. We should not allow the mild nature of a woman and thereby accept that which is not genuine. Aswatthama may be respected by the good-natured woman, but that does not mean that he is as good as genuine Brahman. Just because a woman is respecting someone doesn't mean he become a good person. It's not. That is a woman's nature. Now, from scripture, can somebody give me an example about such woman's nature? Any example?
Sita Devi.
Yeah, Sita Devi from Ramayana, correct. So this is what is Mother Sita crossed Lakshmana Rekha because of her nature. He says Sadhu has come. She did not understand, oh, Sadhu has come to kingdom, and she's not applying all this logic. How come Sadhu appears suddenly in this place when Bharat, Ram and Lakshman both are not there? She's not applying all this logic, right? A man will say, who is this? Why he has come now? And you think like that. Suspicious. We'll see all those things. This logic will apply. We'll apply logic. But woman is, no, he's come, he's hungry, he's begging. Let me give some fruits. So she's Vama Swabhava. So women by nature are like that. Nature, and both are required in the family, to run the grahasthashram nicely. So there are now, in the next verses onwards, Draupadi Devi is going to give reasons why we should forgive Aswatthama. She gives 6-7 reasons. So that we'll see next week. Yeah. So we'll stop here. Hare Krishna. Is there any question or comment or correction? Hare Krishna. Yeah, तो पूछ लीजिए पांचों पूछ ही लगा एक बार यस ठीक है ना यस Yeah, good. So how you keep yourself motivated? If Prabhupada came, he has nobody. He was alone. He had no money, nothing. So how he kept himself motivated? That's a question. A very good question. So Prabhupada had Prabhupada's guru had given him instruction that you go and preach in the West. So he said, no matter what happens, I will fulfill the desire of my guru. To keep that promise, he worked hard and then cultivated all the devotees. So when we are also in a life, we will also face with similar challenges. Not like Prabhupada faced, but it's too much for us to take it. But any situation where we are there, we have to listen that what my father told me, what my mother told me in this situation. And many times students, when they go to college and all that, it feels very difficult to leave for the first few years when they are separated from the homes, right? But they remember that why I'm here. What is my purpose? My purpose is to earn a degree. I want to earn engineering and then do it. So you will go through the challenges and suffering time for some time, and then slowly become comfortable. So that's why we have to always remember what is the instruction coming from my guru, my parents, and what is Shastra saying, and then follow that. So that way, whenever we are in a difficult situation, we will be able to overcome that. We will not come under pressure. Like, many times, as I was mentioning, we should not go on a feast on a fasting day, right? If you do that, then we are vulnerable. And immediately we should recollect that I should not do this. Immediately remember Shastra. What is being told? I should not do this. Immediately. And this example can be applied in any situation in our life. Any temptation which comes in front of us, immediately we should put barricades. So no, I'm not supposed to do. Right? So any kind of, when we feel low, when we feel lonely, when there is nothing to do, that kind of situation, immediately take shelter of the words of our guru, words of our parents, what is Shastra telling, and that will give us motivation. We need that energy, so the energy will come from there. Right? Very nice. Okay. Okay, so we'll stop here. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo Anant Purimashananda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Gaur Bhaktavinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Sandeep Prabhu, for joining. Hare Krishna.